Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to the Manga Panel Podcast. I'm your host this week, Bo Talks Media. I am joined by Trent, Aiden, and Key to discuss issue 39 of Weekly Shonen Jump 2022. Before we run down the rankings, let's go through our favorite chapter of the week, kind of just highlight it, then we'll talk about it, obviously, as we run down. Trent, what was your favorite chapter this
I
week?
would say Akane. Gotta copy myself every week for the past like three weeks, but I had to say Akane. This arc's way too good.
I'm just going to bounce off you. Akane was easily my favorite chapter also, so we'll get to that. Aiden, how about you?
Akane was fucking crazy, but I think Sakamoto stole my heart this week. It was good to see Sakamoto again. We'll talk about it.
Good.
Yep. What about you, Key?
It's a really tough call, man. Like, every single chapter this week, I think, had at least something I liked about it. You know, there was Roboco and all that. But if I had to choose one out of all of them, I think that it's got to go to... Shit. No, I'm not so sure.
This man was not prepared. Doron, yeah.
Doron. Yeah, Doron.
No, definitely not Doron. I'm sorry, but no, not even close. You know what? I think I'll toss it to Undead Unluck. A little biased, but I'll toss it on Undead Unluck.
Well, I'm excited to hear why. Also, before we jump into it, we also have a Discord server now, which you can join and hang out and talk with us if this is your first episode, or you missed it last week. Join the Discord. Come hang out with us on the Discord server. Link will be in the description below.
All right, let's run through the rankings. So we had lead cover with Undead Unluck, which we'll get to that, obviously. Huge announcements.
Yeah,
number 2 was One Piece. Number 3, Jujutsu Kaisen. Then we have a color page for Witch Watch at number 4. Sakamoto Days. My Hero Academia at 6. Should be lower. Blue Box number 7. Akane-Banashi number 8. Kind of low. Don't like that. We had a one shot with color. Number 9, Uinari. Haven't heard of that one. Number 10 was Mashle with color as well. Number 11 was Elusive Samurai. 12, Black Clover. 13, PPP. 14, Me and Roboco. 15, Yozakura Family. 16, High School Family Kokosei. 17, Super Smartphone. Aliens Area. 18, Earthchild at 19, and 20, rounding us off with its final chapter, Doron Dororon, which I guess we'll start with.
Yep.
How you guys feeling about Doron now that it's officially wrapped up? 36 chapters in.
Man,
good ending.
It was a really good ending, I think, actually. For a canceled series, I think he really savored it.
He closed it in really well, and
yeah.
Like, obviously, we've all, talked about it, and we've just, we had so much of a disconnect, around, early into the series. At first, even some of us, I liked it at the beginning. I really did like it. And then, obviously, as it went on, I was like, I can't enjoy the series anymore.
It fell off.
It's no good. It's, but it was a great ending to close the series out. And, even though it was only 36 chapters, I had a strong connection. I cared that these characters went. I cared about their endings, and I was like... I was very happy to see that they got an actual ending. I felt like their character closed in 36 chapters. It's kind of crazy. But, it's good to see that there's a chance for some of these series to tell a little bit of the story that they want to and have those character moments that they want to, even though the series gets canceled. Obviously, we've seen Ayashimon. We've seen many other series, Red Hood, have terrible endings just because of cancellations. But to have a decent ending, an actual something you can call an ending, is great. I
think my biggest takeaway, well, you were reading it while we were talking, and you immediately were like, oh, they dealt with the final boss instantly in the first couple of pages. I'm so glad they did that because it let us reflect on these characters and just kind of appreciate it. Obviously, Kusanagi goes back to his little Mononoke world, so him and Dora are separated. But it's a very bittersweet ending, but it's an ending, and Doron is a series that, obviously I wouldn't be my first recommendation to someone, but unlike Ayashimon or Red Hood, which just have fucked endings, I could actually maybe recommend this to someone as a complete series that feels like a series that finished.
If you want to get, if you wanted to give someone a super quick dose of kind of what a battle shonen is like, I think Doron's a great idea. It doesn't sell it very hard, but it gives you the basic premises and stuff.
I don't know. I think most shonen is it's still worse than most shonen, but you kind of might let people know shonen as a whole is kind of mediocre.
If this shit came out 30 years ago, this would be
oh, it would have been the grandfather of One Piece.
It literally would have been it's just shonen as a genre. But no, I really like the panel. There's so much emotion in the panel where Kusanagi vanishes to the Mononoke world and he's holding where the spirit was. Such a crazy panel. You do feel emotion even for a character after only a couple chapters.
Just applause to Genosuke for not giving up either. It feels like he actually cared about this to the end.
He saw it
where
to the end. Absolutely.
We're talking about Earthchild, and we kind of lump these together each week. It feels like he's just given up.
Yeah,
But in terms of the arts and the writing, the art has completely fallen off. There was a cool panel this week, which we'll get to, of course. But yeah, just Key, do you have anything else to say about Doron? Touch in here.
Yeah, I think I'm in the minority here. I thought that the whole ending was kind of rushed and stuff. The final boss fight, obviously, we weren't going to get a very cool fight in the end. Because I didn't even think the final guy was very cool. I mean, he was cool at first, and then he like merged with someone else or something, and he got worse as a character. I don't know. It just felt bad in terms of the fight. I liked the emotional moment with, Dora and Kusanagi and stuff at the end. That was sweet. How they both just decide to, even though they like aren't together anymore, they're just gonna continue to do good in their own worlds. Like, that's cool. Right. For some odd reason, it reminded me a lot of Digimon. I don't know.
Kusanagi is a Digimon.
Yeah, deadass. I don't know, man. I still would have. This is still probably incredibly biased to say, but I still would have preferred Ayashimon had continued instead of this. But
yeah,
it was still good for the first 12 chapters. Don't get me wrong, but I didn't like it much after that. So.
Right. I think if Ayashimon hadn't had what happened at the end happen, by the time it got to chapter 36, it would have been better overall.
I almost feel like Doron had like a bigger heads up, almost like wrap up its story, because as far back as like when Kusanagi was like and Dora were there, and they were like told, oh, after we kill this guy, he's gonna go to his own world again, right?
Yeah.
I felt like that was like 6 or 7 chapters ago, which is more than Doron had, or not Doron, fucking Ayashimon. I'm getting these mixed up. They're both canceled series. Let's just move on.
They're both sorry.
I do think Doron did have a. I think Doron, ever since that serialization meeting that I survived and Ayashimon died, they kind of just were preparing for the end.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they did. Maybe they had a heads up. Maybe they didn't. But I think they kind of knew for sure that the next serialization meeting they're going to end for sure.
Yeah. Well, I think they did a couple chapters, kind of seeing what would happen, and then immediately, it was like 3 or 4 chapters after Ayashimon was canceled, and then you could tell it was going right toward the end.
Right.
And like, it's not a bad thing. Like, I think it gave itself enough a chance where I felt like you could see a concrete ending. Like, he was like, I'm going to write what I want here and then end it the way I want. Obviously, you don't get that duration of time that you want, but you never will, Shueisha, but you got at least some form of an ending. You can call it an ending. There is closure.
Yeah. Well, with that said, let's talk about the other series that is probably ending next week. We don't know yet at the time of recording, but we'll probably know in a couple days.
Yeah,
Earthchild.
Sure.
Do any of you have anything to say about this chapter? Because I don't.
I don't even know what the
really pretty panel.
That one page with like the terrestrial, that was really nice. The art otherwise has like really fallen off though.
I'm gonna also, this is horseshit to read. It's just like like it is.
Every panel is just Risuke saying I like my family.
It is so messy too. Like looking at a page, like I pick out any page in the fucking chapter, it looks like shit. Like,
and it wasn't like this in the early chapters. He clearly just gave up. It's sad.
It just feels like he's gone off the handles. It's so sad.
The thing is, every chapter he always does like at least one really cool panel.
Except for the last chapter was.
But then everything else was just like whatever. You know?
Yeah. Before it was just really solid and it had a lot going for it and like it was good story. Now it's just like I don't even it doesn't even feel like the same thing anymore, like at all.
Yeah.
And which is in the worst way possible. It is really disappointing to see.
Yeah.
I don't think he had much direction with what he wanted Earthchild to be. The first chapter was perfected. This was fucking amazing, but this is...
It feels like it should have just been like a one-shot or like a one-volume series.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that would have been probably better overall.
Yeah, but this is just heavily disappointing.
I do think that... I do think that this is going to end next chapter, and I do think that whole chapter is going to be a resolution, which might be nice and might feel a little less crazy.
Yeah, we're done with God, so we...
Right.
How they even defeat her?
Yeah,
they defeated her by convincing her that they can...
alone,
yeah.
Well, yeah, but they convinced her that they can just...
protect her
as a family, and there's not a need to kill them. But... I do think the whole next chapter is a resolution, so maybe this ending won't be awful. It won't be worse than the series already was. At least I don't think.
Yeah.
It'll be better than these past ever since that time
Right.
skip. I feel like it's completely fallen off. So hopefully they can wrap it up somewhat nicely.
If the time skip happened like 5 chapters ago, I wonder if they're just trying to wrap up for the series, because that's about how much time you get to wrap it up.
Maybe. I don't know. Are we ready to talk about Aliens area though?
Yeah.
You guys seem to
I
like
got
it quite a
nothing to
bit. Oh.
No, not
Aiden and
about
Trent.
Area,
Yeah.
but like
seem to like it.
Yeah, I liked it.
I like the new girl. She's cool.
Yeah,
Little bar where she's taking in little aliens. It's cute.
Right.
Yeah, I think like this is the stuff I want to see at Aliens Area, because it's like also like they have a good conversation here that was interesting, and like it was like they talked about like how like foreign affairs, what it seems to be doing, is also kind of fucked up at the same time, but also the association that she kind of associates with is also fucked. So
Right.
like there's a like obviously you're dealing with like foreign aliens coming to Earth. Like there's gonna be shit. Like it's shitty. It's like it's just politics, and politics is always shitty. So like I like that the alien politics are shitty as well. And
Right.
they're
I mean,
treated
this
like
is what
horseshit. And
I
it's
think this is what
interesting.
we've been saying. We want it to be more about like the politics of aliens being on Earth. So they are moving in that direction while still keeping it kind of like a day in the life of a detective, an alien detective. Which starting with that, what was it, the telephone booth chapter? I feel like it has been going in the right direction. So hopefully it can pull itself back up. But that remains to be seen.
Well, they had like a really interesting conversation in this chapter, but also it wasn't overly wordy. Like I also really appreciate that this was just seamless to read. Like versus Earthchild, which is like supposed to be having really important conversations right now. This is easy. This is easy to read.
Really cool line that they said was, so the premise of the chapter was they found aliens walking, and then they followed into a karaoke bar, and the waitress was taking care of these aliens instead of reporting them to Foreign Affairs 5. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
The agency.
Yeah.
And they had a really cool line where she was saying, I'm showing them how to live as a human and how we live on Earth, where Foreign Affairs 5 just dumps them in an apartment, doesn't show them how to live at all, and then they end up getting deported or arrested. So it's like a really cool conversation that we've had, which we didn't have when it was a battle manga, or more of a battle manga, where that was kind of just people hitting people, and it was not very good action.
No.
True, and you know, she does like kind of have a point. Like these people aren't really doing the right thing. She is doing the thing where just like teaching these people how to live is like better for them, so that they won't go off doing something that they think is normal and okay, but ends up being against the law on Earth. You know, like that's like this could like be a whole message on like foreigners. You know, like coming into the country, they don't know what is considered normal, and then you just teach them, you just show them.
Right.
I think that this could also be just like maybe how the writer feels about like foreigners coming into Japan or something. You don't know. It could be anything, but I think it's really cool. Good bringing that up, Trent. Good point.
All right, number 4, or 4th lowest, I should say. Super Smartphone. Why the hell is this manga so low?
It is insane.
It's actually like it's not like crazy good. It's good though. It's consistently always interesting to read and always
but
good.
Like also like this chapter was really good. Like I just don't. It's so confusing because like we always talk about this. It's like Jump series will set up a lot of things, but they won't execute them in the same chapter, or they won't execute things. They'll set up a lot of things, but they won't execute them. Smartphone sets up a shit ton of things in one chapter, and then executes multiple things. Like you have developments with different characters constantly, like
without feeling over convoluted. That's the important
which
thing.
is also crazy. Like it's very well written. Like you have the conversation with the police force and the government in Japan discussing the smartphones. Then you have Q's childhood friend code comes over, and possible love interest, which is developed in this chapter even further, and you get to see more of that relationship. Also Q's struggles and understandings. But you also have she's also a really interesting and fun character. Like I like her. Like I think we talked about it in early chapters. I hope she shows up some more. But not only just that, but it also sets up some more of like his drive, his motivation, what Zenichiro's doing, and then you get introduced to other smartphone users that have shown up. Like it's crazy.
And that was my one like worry last week when they showed literally every smartphone holder was that we weren't going to see them for a while. Nope, right into it.
Yeah,
they're already at his doorstep, literally.
Two of them at his
It's the other high schoolers.
Yeah,
perfect. That's so hype.
And I think they're the perfect ones for him to meet first, because I was actually I almost figured that they would go through a route where someone like Zenichiro or someone else was setting up like some sort of attack, and then multiple smartphone users tried to fight it off, and then they met trying to fight off Zenichiro or somebody, and that's how they met, or something like that. They clashed, then we're like, okay, we're actually friends. But they just meet, and it's gonna be. I feel like it's gonna be. Obviously, they're coming up with no hostility. Maybe they'll kill him.
Right. I was gonna say, do you think they'll end up being bad? They're almost a little bit too nice.
I don't think so. I
don't think so.
Yeah.
But
I think we had a whole chapter talking about how Q needs to open up to people, and it would be weird for him to have that whole message, and then he immediately gets betrayed.
That'd actually be really funny, though. He opens up, and then they just fuck him over.
It would be awful, but I would be surprised.
Yeah, bro. No, I think, like, I really like this. Like, it's just so mind-boggling that this is what is considered, like, the back of the magazine. But again, we talked about this many times where it's just, like, I think just everything else is just better. Like, this is a new series. 16 chapters is baby steps. This might get more growth, and it might be able to fight its way through the magazine. I could see it happening. This could defeat things like Undead and the Stranglers of the PPP and Roboco and High School
Yozakura.
Family. It could probably fight its way up to, like, the middle of the magazine, at least sitting comfortably at, like, 13,
around
14,
there.
Right? Like, at least getting a couple spots up. Because
that's where I expected it to be, which is weird. I expected it to rotate through into the bottom and the middle, and that's all I wanted. But now it's like sitting straight at the bottom.
Yeah.
And it makes me worried that's going to get canceled.
Yeah, and I just hope not, because it has so much, like, this is a really frustrating series because it's like, I personally don't think that the mangaka is doing anything or needs to change anything to make it a better series. The pacing is really incredible. The information and storytelling we're getting in a chapter and over a course of chapters in an arc is really impressive. Like, I don't know what he could change, and so for a series like this to get canceled would be super irritating because there's like, it's like, where do I go from here? I'm already telling an amazing story. Why am I getting fucked? It's just like, then it's just like, that's really frustrating to a writer. Like, I personally wouldn't change anything about Super Smartphone. I think it's really well written. Either. So it's just crazy to see in the back. Like,
that is, if Super Smartphone gets canceled soon, it will be like, I think I was able to take Doron and Shogumaru and Ayashimon ending so soon because I could myself find things that I thought could be different and better. But like Super Smartphone, I don't know what I would change because I love this so much.
And I'm really content. Like, I absolutely love reading it every week. It's such a good read. It's just crazy to see it so far back. And I hope it's just like a phase of like everything is better than it. And I do hope that comfortably, because like if it ranks higher than something like Undead or Yozakura or Roboco, those aren't going anywhere. They're not gonna go anywhere. They're getting fucking anime. Like, they're not, like, even if they're that low, they're not going anywhere. Like, it doesn't matter. So, it'd be crazy. I just do hope we see it boost up in ranking. Hopefully soon.
Yeah, and it's sad, too, because Doron's ending and then Earthchild's ending, which means it's going to be in the bottom 2 of the magazine if something doesn't change, because the other series won't get ranked for, 2 months?
Yeah.
So, I really hope something happens here where they, like you said, they don't need to change anything. They just need to fucking vote for it in the surveys. Right? God damn it.
Fly to Japan and we'll just spend like 3 weeks there doing reader surveys exclusively.
Yeah.
We need to start a political campaign.
Yeah.
In Japan.
Let's get this on Twitter.
Why are you not voting for Super Smartphone? Even giving it its 3rd place votes. Come on. Jeez.
Oh well.
Did you have anything else to say about Smartphone Key?
I mean, nothing that you guys haven't already said. I think that it definitely needs to just get back up there. You know, I think it has a good concept, it has a good story, good characters, and all that, but it definitely just needs to do more to pull itself up. Because if it's entering this arc with these 2 new characters that just got introduced, it's definitely going to need to, I don't know. It just needs to do something that's going to blow people away and be like, oh shit, this is actually really good. I should read this from the beginning. It's getting my vote, you know?
Hopefully they just don't cancel it next meeting, because then it'll have like 40 chapters by then, and then like it'll be established that it's a good series.
Yeah,
like,
right. Like
people can still ignore it when it has 16 chapters. When it has 40 chapters, you can't really ignore it.
I hope it takes a PPP route where PP kind of struggled in the beginning, and then it kind of like shot.
It's
up
found
in
its
the
place.
rankings. Like it's established itself. Like it around like actually PPP was like. Hold on, this might be very like.
No,
similar.
I'm looking at it.
Like
I'm looking at it for like, what is this?
Chapter like 19 to 20.
Yeah.
PPP.
There's 5 chapters straight where it's ranking at the bottom, and then it just rose up because
rises up and it
gave
stayed
it a
in the
chance.
middle. Yeah. So maybe we'll see that same thing with Super Smartphone. I hope so, because I think at this point, Super Smartphone is a better series than PPP. Obviously, they have their strengths and weaknesses, and it's not exactly to compare them, but I think overall it's a better series.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah,
but,
I definitely agree.
Yeah. But the best series with no flaws.
Let's talk about Peak.
High School Family Kokosei.
This was actually a go-to chapter.
This was
by
a
the way.
really good chapter. It was just like, it wasn't insanely funny, but it was just like really good.
The immediate bit was really good.
Yeah.
There wasn't like a ton of little gags that made me laugh, but just knowing that he went on his little workday experience from school to his old job, fucking perfect.
It's so funny. It's like like that. It's just that setup that makes it so funny and enjoyable.
He's all seeing his old coworkers.
Yeah. I love like the one that sells me super hard. It's just him seeing those coworkers, but the final couple panels where he sees his president. You got this
adorable
cutest
fun.
little old face, which is funny. And he says, "I've kind of started to look like a baby lately," which is hilarious, just insane. But then his what is it? His senior in the friggin' the Mandarin box. Just imagine him like curled up in there, and he's like, but he's already a second year. So much time has passed. Just like monologuing to himself in a Mandarin box is funny.
Yeah, it
Still
was pretty
probably
good.
one of my favorite tropes of that manga is just the Mandarin constantly trying to
get him to come back to the company. It's so good. So good.
It's great.
It's so consistent too. Like every like 5 chapters he popped up.
What was the one? He was trying to like plant like cigarettes on somebody or something.
Yeah, oh my god, that was so good. He accidentally planted it on the teacher, and they were just like, "Wait a second."
It's because he got 2 of his like henchmen to do it or something.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, they messed up. They saw it was like the same bag.
Yeah.
Classic bait and switch.
Yeah.
So well, I guess we can talk about Yozakura family now. I'm actually gonna remove headphones just in case because I'm like 80 chapters in now, and I will say just before I leave,
I'm curious.
I am enjoying it more now. I think the characters are growing on me. I'm liking it more now. The current arc I'm in, they're what's the guy with like I think he has blonde hair. He's like the leader of the Tampapo. He's actually like 100 years old or whatever. Kawashida. Yeah, him. I'm in that arc right now, and they're like raiding the base.
You like this?
I don't like the combat. I don't think the fights in this are good, but I am liking the characters more now, and overall, like the plot with like their dad and like they introduced the
family, Tom.
they introduced the grandmother and grandfather. They're cool.
Yeah.
The grandpa's fucking badass.
Yeah, I like them. So I am enjoying it more now. Hopefully it keeps that way. We'll see. But I think it was like
consistently. Where you are
those
right
first
now.
40 chapters I was slogging through. Yeah. But I'm into it now.
Yeah.
So
no, where you are right now was what I thought was the worst of it all. Like hands down.
Okay. So
and then it only gets better after this arc, so you're good.
Okay, cool. Well, I'll let you talk about it. I don't want any weird spoilers, so enjoy.
They cooked. They cooked.
They did cook. But they do be cooking.
Not Crystal. They cooked
Soba.
Soba.
It might as well have been Crystal. I mean, like, what the fuck were they making in that kitchen?
We also saw Mitsumi for like the first time in forever.
Yeah. Wait, you're talking about like the dog girl?
The main girl.
Tayo had a
main girl.
line of dialogue, but then was immediately cut off to not have a line of, which is crazy. It's been like 10 chapters since he's had a line of dialogue. I'm not even.
He has just been watching.
Yeah.
People.
Keon with the body pillow completed me. It was the best part of the whole chapter. Peak. Absolute peak.
See, this is what Bo's talking about when he says this series makes him feel like a weeb.
Nah, the panel that bothered me the most is when he started, Kyochiro started tickling them with his metal. I was like,
you didn't like it.
It doesn't look like it.
You didn't like the shot of what's her face's thighs though.
Yeah, that's all I could think about when I saw that was this like weeb.
She has like a chicken leg.
They are insanely huge thighs, and I don't think in a good way. I don't know. I can compliment those giga thighs.
They are like giga thighs. It is
past thunder thighs. It is giga thighs.
It is, yeah, thunder thighs are nice.
Yeah.
And then it's past that, and it's just like starts getting weird.
Yeah. Anyways, this isn't the thigh review. Witch Watch thigh review hour. So
we did do a Witch Watch reference.
In real life. I mean, there wasn't too much to it. They just kind of had a cute, like, kind of a cute family moment. They just cooked this monstrosity on the table, and they said, "Itadakimasu," and that was it.
I did forget that I existed.
Yes, I did as well.
Well, I did too, but I just thought it was great to see her back. You know, she's basically like the house pet, but that's kind of weird.
That's a weird sentence to say.
It's also a weird thing to say when Goliath exists.
Yeah. Where is Goliath at this point, man? Like,
irrelevant.
I don't know. You wouldn't fit into the living room.
Also, what's funny is Ayaka exists in their house. The maid.
Oh, the
crazy maid girl.
And she doesn't.
We haven't seen her.
She doesn't get to
about her too.
Like, we're having a cool family shot. Don't get in the frame.
Don't get in the frame.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like there's not really much to say about this one. I think next chapter will be interesting, but this one was just okay.
They did the cooking.
Yeah, they were concerned about their family, but that's about it.
Boo-hoo.
Yeah, let's bring Bo back in.
Hello. That was a crazy chapter, right? Oh my goodness.
So crazy.
Oh man,
so crazy, so good.
All right, Trent.
Let's talk about the
headphones off. We gotta talk about
yeah, no, this is crazy, bro. We cannot spoil this for you, Trent. I'm sorry.
It's like the only redeeming quality on Roboco.
Hey,
he's actually so confused.
Wait,
that's number one.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong list. Never mind. Sorry. Okay.
This way he's actually earphoning. Oh my god.
Right,
holy shit. Hey, this is important lore.
So she can time travel. That's kind of cool.
All right.
Yeah.
Roboco.
Actually, a good chapter. I was actually into this.
Yeah.
I actually want more of this, please. That actually kind of cool.
You guys got me scared about like thinking that they're gonna focus on the shit about like her going into the war, which like I hope they they graze over it. We don't need to go in depth. I don't give a shit about if she was in a war or not.
Dude, I kind of want her to be. I want this to be like I want it to stay a comedy, but to have like darker elements just kind of like underneath it, if that makes sense, right?
Yeah, but
I want her to have like this really. I want her to have this like really kind of darkish backstory. Like she had this photo album of her like being like tortured or like experimented on or something. Basically made into the ultimate killing machine, then breaking out. Yeah, basically like Mewtwo, right? But
incubated at birth.
He told it in such a lighthearted way.
Well, that's my thing with it. Is that Roboco is so goofy that I feel like you can never properly take it serious. Like Roboco as a character, like looking at her, is too goofy for you to be like, damn, oh my god, for real,
No, but she's also transformed like multiple times, and if you think about it, even though she looks super goofy, if you gave her any kind of like dark appearance or like darker facial expression, she could be scary. I genuinely think Roboco could be scary. Like that last few chapters, like few pages.
When she karate chops Bondo and her face is like completely black, it's like, whoa.
Yeah. Like, dude, shit got serious there for a second. I'm like, oh my god, what?
No, those last few pages when Bondo starts seeing the pictures of him like as like a high schooler, I was just like,
a middle schooler.
What the middle schooler? Yeah, middle schooler. Yeah. And then
middle schooler, then he's 18. So
yeah. So like I was just like, reading that, I was actually like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Was
pretty
not
good.
expecting that.
This is what we're going back
Ominous
to, man.
tone. Ominous tone.
This is what we're going back to. Remember the last chapter, how there was like the darker cave and how that was kind of creepy, bro. I think Roboco's like low key dipping into like creepy shit now.
Well, I think
like,
so, because chapter 100 with Dad and Bondo, I think that's when we found out about her backstory, and that was only 2 chapters ago. So this is 3 chapters in a row with like some darker elements.
Yeah. And it's not even just that. Like, we've had like little glimpses at her backstory with that one character that keeps showing up every now and then.
Tiny little
like,
bits, yeah.
Little bits,
just from
right?
her
Little
war
bits,
days.
pieces. Yeah, but we're getting
Her
more
war
and
buddy.
more, dude. Like, and we already know she can time travel.
Yeah.
So there's a thing.
Or
That's a thing.
yeah, there's time travel invested in it. Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, it's not dark. Actually, I think it's the opposite. That you get to see like her that she grows up with them. Like she stays with him all the way through high school. Like you know that nothing happens to them essentially.
Right.
Except
it's
for
just like
he fails his entrance exam. That's a little rough.
I think ominous is the right word. This shit's kind of just like what the hell's going
It
on.
has like it has darker undertones, which is interesting.
Yeah.
I don't think it needs more than that because it's still a comedy.
No,
but
it's
I
still
like
definitely a comedy, but I want them to be like putting little story arcs. It's kind of like how Witch Watch is, right? Where they had a little serious arc in there and it was good for a little while, but then they just kind of dipped up fully into comedy. I'd want Roboco to stay a comedy, but if they want to take a little tip into the serious arc, I'd like to see it just for the sake of seeing it happen, you know?
Yeah.
I'd like to see that. I don't know.
I hear you.
Yeah.
And also, just one last thing about Roboco. This is a chapter that didn't rely on any gags about Jump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's
also
another reason I
true.
actually liked it more.
Also
There's no
true.
Jump jokes,
Yeah.
which is actually kind of cool. Yeah.
I mean, they don't always do it on Jump jokes. I realize that
Not
a lot
always, but
is, but like, they do it sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
They just go off and tell their own jokes. And I mean, those jokes aren't always the funniest, but they have jokes. They have them.
Let's get Trent back in here.
What?
Yeah, I can't believe you missed out on that crazy Roboco spoiler, Trent.
Yeah, I can't believe it. It's so crazy.
Yeah, it's okay with me.
Can't believe you actually hear it. What's out? I wasn't expecting you to.
No, you guys are actually pretty loud. I can hear you. I can hear you.
When we do My Hero, because I can't deafen, because I'm recording, I just have to zone you guys out. Like
Bro, you already know the spoiler. It doesn't
which
matter.
is fine. I don't mind. I don't really care. If it was something I cared more about, I'd be like, but PPP was really
It was good.
interesting. I don't think I understood this chapter completely.
Yeah. Sometimes when I'm reading PPP, I'm just like, "Yep, this is yeah."
That is how I feel.
It's just a yup chapter.
Yeah.
I don't know about yup. Like they had like a Melon and Meeman had a really weirdly.
Well, Maloli did. Mimin seemed unaware of all of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought I was appalled. I thought they kissed. My brain was like,
You were appalled.
I was blown.
Yeah, your name's Aiden. How are you a Paul?
That joke's so bad.
Get
but-
the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Go write Roboco.
Go ride it.
You do a better job. You do a
This is
better job.
unfunny. Okay.
Wow, shots. I see.
You actually just made me spit coffee up. You know.
Great. I don't know.
It was
PPP
okay.
has good chapters. It's not a whole ton to talk about because I feel like it is still
It's just
relying
really
on a lot of
artsy.
imagery.
It's
Yeah,
really
very
artsy. Like that's its sole appeal. I feel.
Also, a lot of cryptic like
Dialogue.
messages. I guess you know.
I do feel like they're trying to dance around the fact that these people are gay.
Okay.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm
I
trying to get at.
I couldn't fully tell if like it's actually
I can't.
actual they're gay or actual they just like love and respect each other. I think they actually love each other.
Well, that's
Or
something that's
At least
Or
Malloy.
at least Malo. Yeah.
Yeah,
It could be
exactly.
a translation thing because you know I don't know if you guys saw like a little while back. It was like kind of in the news-ish of anime news. There was like this translator that was not properly translating something. It was a
I
boys
remember
love
that.
manga about like a guy that dresses up as a girl, but she made it seem like
Oh,
the guy
she-
was transgender.
Oh, Shino
Right.
is having the same problems with the Manga Plus releases right now.
Yeah,
They're fucking it
it's
up really bad.
they're just messing with it, trying to like spin it into something that the author didn't originally intend, and that
Or
could
translation
be sort of
just bad.
Yeah, it could be that way. It could honestly just be the respect thing or just like admiration or something like that. But also at the end they kind of like hugged, so
Yeah.
it could be that they're gay. I
They had
don't
a
know.
very
It's really hard to tell.
They had a very interesting relationship. Also, those panels were really, really tense. Like
I did think they were going to kiss for a page.
Melody was holding her face.
Yeah, Melody.
Yeah.
They got like
Holding her
really
face,
no.
like-
They got really close. Mimin says, "I love you so much, Melolin," and Mimin, Melolin puts her hands on her face, and then they hug.
They also, while her hands are on her face, Melolin thinks this genius princess really loves me. I've known for a while.
Yeah, so it's like
And then they just hug. It's just like,
it's
what?
like it's like they're thinking of different kinds of love.
Yes,
probably.
Or she even says her reason for choosing me was different, but
Yeah.
Right. I do think that Mimin isn't in, like, even if there is a love dynamic,
She's a little
Mimin isn't
clueless.
in love. Right.
And do we know who won? I can't remember
don't-
what the dark and
We
the
do
white
because
one.
they show votes.
Yeah, but I don't
but
remember
I don't
which
know
was
who's
which.
who.
I think
And then
that
it says they were equal, and then there's a winner.
Yeah, I think Melolin won. I think that maybe it was left to right, or no, wait, maybe it's right to left because it's Japanese manga. I don't know, man. It could be either
I have
way.
no fucking idea who won.
But I'm excited. I'm
I
excited
think
for this
Min Min
next
won.
one.
I thought Min won because there's a
Min Min.
this sentence. Yeah,
Ramen girl?
No, yeah.
Mimin.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Mimin and Otagami's performance was beautiful and cute and fun, while Maloli's was almost nauseating, but in the end it wasn't, and it left you wanting more. So
I don't know.
equally
It's tough to
wonderful.
say. I think I thought it was Mimin initially. I just thought her performance appealed more to the audience. Just like the reaction the audience had, I felt like that was more.
I guess this is voted on by the audience.
Yeah. So we'll see. I think we'll find out for sure, and if not, we can just backtrack. But if anyone knows for sure, because it's like there is the darker side and there's the lighter side. If anyone knows, just let us know. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be poggers. Next fight's gonna be fucking sick.
Sorachika, yeah.
Speaking
And,
of,
Yeah, when Sora Chica actually
Anime.
beats the shit out of this kid.
No,
I can't wait.
they have a fist fight.
Sorachika gets up on stage, bah! Starts fighting him. Throws a grand piano
Jesus Christ.
at him.
Turns into a battle manga. All
Yeah.
right. Black Clover.
Black Clover.
Key, do you want to round us up here?
Black Clover. What is there to say about Black Clover? I mean,
Well.
Asta kind of got wrecked.
What is
last
there to
chapter.
say?
I mean, Asta got wrecked last chapter, and then this chapter, the girl squad pulled up. Just literally everything.
Yeah,
There wasn't
literally.
nobody
Girl
else.
bosses.
Just the girl bosses pulled up. They're like, "Hey, we're gonna save Asta." Nope, blocked. Hey, I'm gonna shoot Asta again real quick. Pew, and then they're just like, "Oh no." And then the whole captains pull up a little bit late, but whatever. And
That's going to be sick next chapter.
Yeah, no, it is gonna be sick for sure.
Finally, Yami's done taking a shit.
Yeah.
4 chapters ago.
Yami he's just been wiping his ass the entire time.
Asa's like laying here dying. Yami's just like, hold on, guys.
Hold on.
Gotta do something.
We gotta go
Hold on,
together. No,
boy.
wait for me. We're gonna go together. It's gonna look cool. Trust me. Just wait a second.
Literally.
But Asa's dying over there. Yami, I could see him. He's bleeding out. Just wait. All right. I don't know. It's a cool action chapter. I
was Black
thought
Clover.
it was a little bit corny though. I'll tell you why. Do you guys remember? Has everyone here seen Avatar: The Last Airbender?
Yes.
I haven't actually, but you can talk. I don't care.
Okay. In the final part of Avatar, when the Fire Lord becomes the Phoenix King,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I got from Lucius.
I literally thought
That's-
of that.
I will
was
be the
like-
Wizard Emperor.
Yeah, the
I was
Wizard
like-
Emperor. I'm like,
I'm not a lowly king. I'm an
Okay.
emperor.
But he literally, the same speech happens in Avatar.
That's so funny.
I will be the Fire Lord. I will be the Phoenix Emperor.
Bro, they're the
Like,
same
it's-
thing.
Phoenix King,
Right.
Shut the fuck up.
It is exactly the same.
It's
Like-
so. It made
And
no
it is
sense.
cheesy in both, but it's less cheesy in Avatar.
Yeah. Because at least in Avatar, like that had something to do with Azula's
In Avatar, you actually were fearful of Ozai.
Yeah.
I feel.
I mean, I'm still fearful of this guy. I mean,
Yeah, but it kind of came out of nowhere. Like
Yeah.
they built up to Ozai the whole series. So
well, I
kind
mean,
of
this guy was
makes
also
sense.
foreshadowed, so I mean, you gotta
It
give
was
you that. But
yeah, but I don't know.
it just came out weird.
Yeah.
And
Although-
like the thing is, that's supposed to be like the temple moment of the chapter. It's supposed to be like sick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It kind of falls flat.
a little bit. I do think that it's interesting that he kind of told us like, oh yeah, by the way, I also conquered like every other devil in hell, and I can purify them and put them into people. I'm like, oh, that's
I
cool.
don't know how anyone realistically beats this guy other than Asta hits him really hard.
Yeah. I almost want Asta to just
Die.
like not just
'Cause
die. I
thought that the entire series is I wanted Asta to die.
No, I think if Asta dies, he'll go to hell, and then like
He'll do some shit in hell and come back.
Yeah, no,
exactly.
he'll go from hell and then back, and then he'll get like a power up from hell or something, and then
That sounds stupid. It could also be kind of cool, actually.
Yeah, I think it's
actually
Asta
sounds
fight his
cooler
way
than most.
Yeah.
That sounds cooler than most things in Black Clover.
like seeing a whole arc dedicated to Asta fighting his way out of hell while everyone else is off doing their own training arcs. I think that'd be cool.
I could actually see that. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That actually sounds very plausible.
If that happens, you heard it here first. I predicted Black Clover.
Tomato owes you a check.
Yeah.
Please use that though. That's a great idea. Now I'd like to see that. But I don't know. You guys got anything else want to like talk about Black Clover wise?
No,
not really.
It was cool.
Yeah, no, it was
Yeah.
cool. I like
Oh,
the I like the name for his underlings, the Paladins. That's what Sister Lily
Yeah.
is now. That's
Oh,
a
yeah.
cool name. Other than that, though, I think I'm good on Black Clover.
I'm just still waiting for it to like kind of drift away from this, so then we can start like a
Right, well-
planning, training.
Well, Lucius
Art.
just left right at the end of the chapter, so
Yeah,
we're gonna get like the fallout of this, and then actually start preparing for a fight. So that'll be
yeah.
cool.
Because we all know that they were not going to win this.
But I
No,
sorry, I actually do have one thing.
Go for it.
One thing that I'm confused about is who are they going to fight? Because they
he's gonna
already
make a bunch
have
of
the
Paladins,
9.
bro.
Well, yeah, like, but like the Paladins, I feel like. Do we know any like people that don't have strong like I feel like that's who the Paladins are going to be, like people like the Nun that are important parts of other people's lives, but maybe not fighters themselves.
That's a good point. I think Lucius is actually just going to fuck with Asta like a lot. And he's
Yeah.
going to turn all the kids from his village into like demons or something.
The entire village, yeah.
Yeah,
That'd be
Destroys
crazy.
the village. That'd actually be really
it
funny.
would be crazy. It wouldn't just be funny. I think it'd be kind of low key, like dark almost.
It would be
you know?
dark.
Yeah.
He's just doing this all to like mess with him because at this point he's like obsessed because like you're the one fault with this world. I'm gonna make sure you feel like shit. It's not.
All right.
Yeah.
Elusive Samurai.
Yeah. Elusive Samurai. Aiden.
Yes.
Yeah, tell us about this kind of
Alright.
boring chapter of Elusive Samurai.
I thought it
To
was
be
fine. I think we had a retainer.
It was okay, yeah.
I think it was a retainer who had more, like Nezu had more side development. We don't see. I feel like the retainers haven't had much development. It's obviously just been focused mostly on Tokiyuki for a very long time, and I think the retainers need to have a lot of development.
I
It's
agree.
gonna probably go one by one via these battles. I think that'll be kind of their time to shine. And
They
I
already
think this
kinda set
first
that
one,
up.
and I think this first one will be for Nezu, and then we'll see the other retainers battle by battle. And I think it's great because his backstory is actually really fucking interesting. So I'm excited to see. Also, fleeing and fighting at the same time will be interesting as well because it's more like it's not just them 1v1. It'll be more like Tokiyuki and them teaming up to fight. I feel like that'll be kind of the formula that this goes with. Also to see them have fun. I really like this cast a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I don't.
When they're in the water.
Like, we don't really get to see them too much just because there's a million characters. This is a war manga. But when Tokiyuki and his retainers have fun, I think it's cute. Like they are still
Yeah.
children. Reminds me a lot of Assassination Classroom.
Yeah.
My favorite panel is when Tokiyuki's talking to Kojiro, the guy that had the flashback, Kojiro. He's talking about the guy from last chapter with the huge sword, and he's like, "Did it put the fear of death in you?" He's like all like blushing and his like heart's beating. He's like, he's a little like he's into it.
Yeah, it's so I love that.
He loves that. He loves that feeling.
Yeah,
he loves
so
that
good.
feeling, but he draws it in
run
such a way that just makes me like almost uncomfortable.
I think that's a huge part of it because he makes everyone around him uncomfortable too. Like,
yeah,
but he's just looking at him like, dude, what the fuck?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. It was an okay chapter.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how it goes next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we good to move on to Mashle?
Yeah.
I really don't have anything to say. This chapter was just kind of an chapter. I feel like this
Trent, you got any
character
words for it?
For Mashle?
Elusive Samurai.
Oh no.
He said, "Oh no, of course not." Mashle color
Mashle,
page.
though.
Pretty cool color page.
Sick
With the
color page.
boys.
The boys
Yeah.
be dripping.
They always be dripping in these color pages, bro.
Oh my god, this chapter of Mashle. So good.
This has been way
good.
this whole section ever since Mash got fucked up has been way better than I ever thought it would be.
I think
It's just been consistently actually exciting every week.
They like really set up for this really well. Like this was really well built up to. Like genuinely. And these like again, the action panels are sick, the combat, and then obviously now the stakes. His little sister is the stake in this fight,
Right.
which obviously you know what that means. But Dot denying his "I'll take this on my own" and helps him, such a sick panel.
Yeah.
The
Because
punch and then the
yeah.
Here you go.
They're just fighting each other. The dude's just standing there with his pudding. He's just like, okay.
I will say this chapter shows that I need to stop being a little baby, put my binky in my mouth, and shut the hell up. Because last week I was complaining that they didn't work together, and obviously they're building up to it.
Yeah,
So I just need to
yeah.
cool my jets and fucking let Mashle be goated.
Yeah, I like. Also, I just a really small thing, but you go from I think if you look at page 6 or 17, the moments are like it's almost animated from Dot holding up he picks up the lock of his sister, then he starts passing it to him, holds out his fist this way, then turns his fist that way, and then opens it, and it's that dialogue. It just goes really seamless, and also sets up the moment really well. I just thought when reading that I was really impressed by that. I thought that was sick. It seemed very animated. Mashle has just been over this moon, and I think this is really such an important moment. I think almost more important than Finn and his brother's moment, because Dot and Lance have had a rivalry, like a very intense rivalry from the very beginning. But it's also always been played off as a joke. But then I feel like this is that resolve. Like they actually just sit down and like punch it out.
Kick ass.
Yeah, and they're gonna kick ass.
Yeah.
I think it's also important. The stakes make it even more important and more meaningful because Lance's sister is at stake. Also, that was a really creepy panel.
That was a really creepy panel with his sister growing out of the dude's shoulder.
But I like it gave me the assumption that she was already dead. But I guess it's also.
I did think she was dead.
He literally said she's already gone.
Oh, okay.
But then they're like, we're gonna save her. What did he say? Yeah, he said. I can't remember what he said.
Your little sister. Yeah, Dot says your little sister's in danger. How could I not help? It's the same panel you were talking about where he's opening his hand.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Mashle's sister.
Oh yeah, no. The guy says, "Could your sister have been one of my guinea pigs? No wonder you seem so embittered in this whole time. I'm very sorry to say, however, that no matter how important they are to you, to me they're nothing more than a point of data." Oh, never mind. I read between the lines that did not exist, so never mind. They can save her. I did read that as she's gone. Like
I can't blame you for that.
Yeah, but yeah. No, I'm excited.
Mashle's just consistently. Like the past 20 chapters have been so good.
The art is fucking over the moon, man. It's crazy. This is definitely probably like my second contender for best art in the magazine. Like it's just super like the underdog too, like because it doesn't present itself face first
right.
like amazing art, but then when it really flaunts itself, it shows you can have such good art, good paneling too.
Well, let's talk about a series. Oh, sorry, Trent. I just completely ruined your life. But I think you'll be happy that we can talk about Akane-Banashi now.
Right. I would much rather talk about Akane.
Talk about a series flaunting its stuff right now. Holy shit.
Right.
Yeah.
They're just every chapter is just
This
fucking
is the best
crazy,
chapter
bro.
of Akane.
This chapter literally, like, I could feel like my gut sink with how fucking menacing Arakawa was.
It's crazy.
Like, I was kind of getting goosebumps when he was talking to her, and I was like, dude, why did we not see this coming?
Yeah.
Obviously, he's gonna be like, no, your dad actually wasn't doing very good.
Yeah.
Actually,
Like,
is
literally.
dog shit.
Yeah, sorry, dude.
But he recognized like how good she was at least.
Right, and I
Right.
love the beginning with
when
Karashi
he
just being like, I fucking tied.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he said compared to them, Akane brought pure Rakugo. That's fucking insane. Like
Mhm.
they just shat all over their lives. Like
Yeah. Well, even going back to what he said last chapter, where he's like, this isn't where you belong. Karashi understands what that means. He's like, oh, I'm a fucking amateur.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy.
He was
So
even
good.
insulted by them saying that his performance was like stand-up comedy or the sketch comedy.
Yeah.
But yeah, Arakawa thinking that her teacher put her up to do it at the start of the conversation was kind of interesting as well. His eyebrows are so expressive. It's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Seeing his eyebrows move throughout all the panels is fucking awesome.
They're
Got the best eyebrows in Jump, bro.
That's not right.
Actually,
Yeah. That's in the biz.
Page 18, his face is just amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Is it the audience's applause that
page.
makes it a performance worthy of a Shinichi? Wow, I struggled with that.
It's crazy because, like, I feel like this chapter implies that Akane knew deep down. She probably understood, but
because
she was
she
just
even
obviously
says
petty
like
'cause-
his mantra is kind of
right. She admits, like, yeah,
or Makura, sorry.
he was nervous, and she admits that. But like, it's her dad. She doesn't want to see him fail.
yeah.
But to see her, like in the last panel, you can see like she understands why,
Yeah.
which I just think the series is so fucking good.
It's crazy.
It's awesome.
Yeah, to finally have that confrontation. And like, man, like this really put what I thought into perspective. This feels like the beginning. This really does feel.
Yeah,
like
it does. Now I feel
feels
like
the
they can go
prologue.
anywhere.
This does feel like the prologue. This isn't the end. This was only the beginning.
Yeah, because I think before our perception of it was her dad's performance was one of the best things, and now we see that that's even dog shit. So we're not dog shit, but it's.
But like, she's
wasn't very bad.
probably on the same level as her father,
Right.
or maybe like
I would say
I would
he was
say-
better than her father.
I was gonna say she's better, probably.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about how he perceived like her performance and how she was better than all these amateurs, like at her level. I
She
think
wasn't
that
nervous,
he, at
too.
least, yeah, exactly. And I think that he sees that she will eventually become like one of the
yeah.
best. at
And
least.
obviously she gets
think
all
it's
her
hard to
Rakugo
say-
skill from her father as well as like then passing on the torch.
Well, we also haven't seen her in like
Against
the
her-
same scenario as her dad, where like
Yeah.
literally her whole career depended on it. So
True.
that's where.
Yeah.
I hesitate
would-
to say that she's just better than her dad.
I would like to
already.
see in like the next arc, whatever kind of tournament they do or whatever, we see her lose. I
Yeah.
think that'd be good.
I do think she needs to lose. I do like seeing characters losing.
Yes.
Yeah.
No matter how weird.
She's very high on her shit right now, so
Yeah.
I want to see her
It's
knock
like-
down a peg.
It took 400 chapters for Luffy to lose. Hopefully it doesn't take that long here.
I hope Akane goes for 400 chapter shit. Let's go.
Right?
Becomes the main series in Jump.
Yeah, no, it's
No.
crazy. I'm excited for this conversation to continue.
Yeah.
Me too, because this is one of the only like newer series that's just like continued to rise. Like
Right,
up
it's
to
at
until
the
everything
top.
else is getting canceled. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nutty.
Well, actually, it's kind of crazy. It is only 8th right this week, which I thought
Yeah.
was. I feel like I don't know. I feel like it should be higher. But
Maybe the start of the tournament is kicking in.
See, I don't
know.
think that it should be higher. I think that everything's better than it right now. I stand by that. I just think
I guess
Not
me
my-
personally,
not
yeah.
my hero.
Yeah.
Not my hero.
Well, not
That's
my
right.
hero. Wait till the rankings
Definitely
catch
not my
up.
hero.
But like
Yeah.
I think like Sakamoto and like Jujutsu Kaisen just had shoe-in votes. Like I don't think people who read Jujutsu
That
Kaisen
is-
actually
that is
know what they're
true.
yeah,
voting on.
Jujutsu Kaisen not top 3 because it's good right now.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Not because it's good. It's just because people like it. They're like,
Yeah.
Gojo,
Yeah, it's-
Gojo.
and it's like the
dude,
third longest
he's not
running
even,
series right
he's
now.
not even in the manga. He's not even a character.
I found the greatest Twitter account. It's how many days has Satoru Gojo been sealed? Dude, it's over 900 days. It's been 3 years in real time.
Yep, I figured it was something like that.
That is crazy.
Yep.
It doesn't feel that long to me because I got caught up after he was sealed. So
Someone
I can't imagine.
yeah.
I can't imagine like having that. Like,
I always think it's crazy, like something like One Piece. Someone was mentioning that it was 7 years between the last time Frankie and Luffy talked.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah, it was like chapter like
What?
600 to
What?
900. It was 7 years.
What?
Like not in
That's
Wano.
crazy.
It was from like the end of Dressrosa to Wano was the span of time that they talked. 7
That's
real years.
crazy.
Yeah, just fuck.
This is why we don't need more Straw Hats.
Yep. Yeah,
Like,
it's,
Alright.
he's not even checking up on Frankie, where he's like, "Hey, you good, bro?" It's like, no.
robot, super.
yeah, it's just because it's like that. That's
Super.
the span of time in Jump. But speaking of a great span of time, Blue Box.
What?
Ooh.
That was just such a good
What
read.
was the?
I don't understand what that transition
No,
was, but
I don't understand it either, but I'm rolling with it.
We're
Yeah, let's
rolling
roll
with
with
it
Blue
because
Box
it was
was
such
awesome.
a great read. I enjoyed my span of time reading it. But
every chapter it kind of like stands on its own as just like a really just nice read.
yeah,
Like the plot's moving forward, but it feels like it. Each chapter feels like it starts something and kind of like ends something while
Yeah.
opening the door for the next chapter. It's real. It's just so consistently good.
yeah, always.
On the bright side, no sign of that other girl in this chapter, so I think we're in the clear.
I had a panic
Maybe.
moment. I thought it was her on the bed.
Me too. Me
I
too.
did.
I thought the
I was
exact same
like,
thing. I was like,
"No!
oh god,
What is happening?"
not to know her. I was so
Just,
scared.
it was
She's
just
obviously
more,
coming.
It was just more of like the same games I think we've been seeing, like the 30 to 40-ish mark of chapters, where it's just them kind of like dropping
Dancing
hints,
around.
Yeah,
dancing
yeah.
around the subject and like
We
not
do.
even addressing it.
Well, we do get a specific, like a really interesting thing where Chinatsu specifically stops addressing it, where Taiki says about the cultural festival play, and then she
But-
literally just puts something in his mouth and stops him from talking.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
that happened on another occasion. Like, but
Yeah.
but her friend expresses that she's always been like that. Like,
Yeah.
they're all like talking, like their teacher, which was kind of weird, talking about dating with them, and she's over like, I got a ball.
Yeah, I got a
Like-
ball.
She
And
do be
then-
balling.
And then she said her friend was like, "You're moving back in with him," and she goes, "I'm like Stephen Curry," and I'm like,
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah. I'm like Steph Curry. That shit was so good.
I screenshotted that because I was fucking dying laughing reading that shit.
hmm
it's kind of it's really funny too. It's got a really good sense of humor when it does, which is fine. It's good romance. Because normally romance humor would be like, "Oh, I walk in on the girl changing. Oh my god." But yeah, no, I really like the panel, especially reading it on a double page screen. Yeah, there is someone I'm interested in, and homie's just like super distressed sleeping.
Yeah.
I can't tell if her eyes are just super prettily drawn or is she tearing up. I can't
think-
tell if they're just super detailed or if she's
I
actually
think
tearing
they're
up.
super detailed. They might.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like a little wavy. I couldn't tell.
Yeah, I think they're just super detailed if you look at a previous panel.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it's a solid chapter. There's not too much to dive into in this one. Except for I can't not mention the dude, the captain.
Yeah.
Taiki, I'm here to lend you an ear, and it's so funny.
Oh yeah. She
the,
would never
yeah,
fall for
I-
him.
Why does he? Why does he
And-
look like the kid from High School Family Kokosei, who has a mom complex?
He
Like,
does.
just
He
looks like
does.
that guy.
He does look exactly like him. That's funny.
yeah,
Yeah, it was a good chapter.
it was.
Consistent.
All right, you guys ready to go have fun?
Oh,
So
let's.
have fun, you guys. Woo!
I will never have fun again.
No.
Well, tell us about your My Hero experience real quick.
Oh yeah, where are you?
Are you
I'm
any
chapter
further?
like 107. I'm at the. I can't remember what the fuck it's called. It is the. They're doing that
Dave
tournament
Buckner.
arc. No, it's after.
Oh,
After
okay.
they're doing that tournament arc for their hero license, which, if I remember correctly, Deku loses because he sucks ass. If I remember correctly.
Deku doesn't always win.
I'm getting.
Wait,
feel like-
they're getting their license. It's like the tournament.
Yeah,
with the
it's-
other schools.
Yeah.
Bakugo loses. I guess I won't spoil it.
I've seen the anime. I've seen the anime.
Oh, you see the anime?
Yeah.
Deku does get it, but
Oh, that's
or
true.
something happens.
Bakugo loses or something. I can't remember what the fuck happens.
Yeah.
I'm reading it. It's fine. I cruised through the Bakugo rescue arc, because it is probably one of the best. It is literally one of the best.
It is still probably the best arc.
That was. I remember watching that week by week, in the anime, and that was probably some of my favorite. Like, that was probably what solidified when I would say My Hero is my favorite, and then everything goes downhill from there. So I'm excited too.
It has its ups and downs.
But I'm excited to get to a point where I haven't watched it before, because a lot of these series where it's like, and I'm not excited for Black Clover. I'm really not excited for Black Clover, because I don't remember any of what I watched being that good, except for the Water Temple.
That is when it gets good.
So I'm not
really good.
My least favorite part about reading a manga that I've already watched the anime for, and same with Jujutsu Kaisen, is getting through the shit I've already watched, because I feel like it's always really slow, and then it's like bam, fucking full going crazy when it's all new content. Hunter x Hunter was the same, but except for there was nothing, and then it was just all words.
That was literally me with Jujutsu Kaisen, because I had read right up to I stopped reading right before the Gojo backstory. So I got the Gojo backstory right into Shibuya, and I was like, "Holy shit! Why'd I stop here?"
That's crazy. Yeah, I got for the Jump series that I did this with too. It's like I've watched the anime for Black Clover a good chunk. I've watched the anime for My Hero a good chunk. I watched the anime for Jujutsu Kaisen a good chunk, and there's definitely a couple others where I'd already dabbled in them. It was just like, damn, it's all the big ones too. So Hunter x Hunter was the other one as well. It's like, this kind of sucks. I hate doing this, but I'm glad that this is near the end, and then I can just read from here on out. Hopefully, I'm praying to God Undead gets canceled, please. Or it ends.
Right.
Please end soon.
Let's talk about this dog shit.
It's not gonna get canceled, but end.
To be canceled.
No, I just don't want to read it. I don't want to read it.
All right.
Next week.
All right.
It's over.
All right. Look,
Go for it.
Let's
Go crazy.
Let's talk about My Hero.
Let's
talk
talk
about
about
Bakugo.
dog shit.
This was awful. This is
Everything
the worst possible thing that could have
everything we
happened. Literally
didn't
everything
want.
we were saying. Every single thing we were saying.
One for all, or all for one coming back and mattering. Fucking Bakugo coming back to life, and
The worst possible way I could have ever written this, dude. It's
top
horrible.
hero that we don't know and don't. I mean, we do
Fucking
know.
Headshot.
We know of him. He's like number 5
Right.
on like the top.
We know
hero
about
list.
him, but he
hasn't
never
done anything this arc.
Well, he's not
Or ever.
done anything the whole goddamn series, so it's like, why do we care about
Yeah,
him?
he really cares about Bakugo. He's gonna sacrifice himself for him.
He sacrifices him, and then we get a one panel backstory. It's like, oh, he was high school classmates with
Genus.
best Genus. It's like,
Yeah,
who
what the fuck
cares?
is the correlation, dude? And like, I get that they're like, oh, the future's in Bakugo, but like, I don't know. Probably keep the person that's alive, then try to bring back this dead guy.
No, like the biggest issue with this is that he's like the future is Bakugo, but Bakugo fucking died. The future
Bakugo just died, bro.
You're giving him another chance after he just failed.
Also, if the future is Bakugo, fucking develop the goddamn character in the story. I don't care about Bakugo anymore. He hasn't mattered in 100 chapters. I don't care about him.
Okay. I think obviously Edshot being the fucking scapegoat is horrible. That is terrible. I think the thing that pisses me off the most though is that no one that fucking matters even saw it happen. None of his classmates saw him die.
Exactly.
Deku didn't see him die. Ochako didn't see him die. What the fuck is the point? What character development does this do for anybody? It feels so pointless. This does nothing. Oh, Edshot's not a character anymore? Okay.
The only one I think that actually would like matter in that scenario, like
Mineta.
really, not even Mineta.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely Mineta,
no,
dude.
like in this scenario, I think like the only one that actually like that saw it and like hit on like a different level was like their teacher.
Yeah,
Yeah, Best Genus. Or
Right,
Best
but
Genus
not-
2
not-
did matter
not-
because he
I mean-
because Bakugo interned at him.
Yeah.
So it made sense
right.
that Best Genus cared. But
And Genus is cool, but
I
he's
wasn't
not a
Genus
super
saying
developed
Best Genus.
character.
I was saying because like the why am I blanking on his name right now? God damn it.
Aizawa?
Yeah, Aizawa.
Oh,
Aizawa's
Razorhead.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been
He's there. And
He is
that's
there,
happy
that is
for
true.
him, but other than that, man, I just did. I don't.
It's just the fact that Deku wasn't there, honestly. Like, what's even the
If
point?
Deku was there, it would be, like Deku would have at least had a moment or
Or
something.
like just too late or something like that.
Right.
Right. But now Bakugo's gonna be alive before Deku even knows what happened.
Yeah, he's just gonna be like, "Oh, hey, Bakugo, you're looking a little rough. What happened?"
And what are we supposed? I assume if
Fuck,
Bakugo's coming
Deku,
back to life, he's gonna do something that helps fight Shigaraki. So we're supposed to believe that this fucking dead guy comes back to life and then he's like extra powerful and then can do something. Obviously, you have to wait and see what Horikoshi does, but he's just gonna die again.
Right.
Yeah, pretty much.
Realistically,
He should
he's
be
weaker than when he had a heart inside of him,
Exactly.
not a dude acting out of his heart.
Fucking terrible, dude.
And then that's not even like it's not even like that's the only thing that was terrible. Also, fucking All for One coming back is dumb. And I feel like All for One should have just had this moment because it's the same thing. Because they beat All for One with Todoroki, Hawks, Endeavor, and then Earphone Jack. And
that was a sick.
Now that he's coming back, and it was
By the way.
awesome. I actually did like them defeating All for One, and I also like them defeating Dabi. So he's back.
Yeah,
too.
he's back. Cool.
So now you're destroying the moment you already had that was good, and just to have some weird villain coming back plot thing. And there's not going to be new, or as far as we know, there's not going to be new people fighting this guy. It's going to be the same people that already beat them. So what, you're going to have the same moment again? Who the fuck cares? Unless All Might fucking shows up, because he's the only one that has a goddamn history with this guy. But All Might's fucking dead, or like his powers
Might
dead.
as well be.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Aiden's just like, wait, what?
I'm there. Don't worry.
I'm just so fucking confused.
It's
I
just,
don't get it, man.
it feels so slow because if going into this final arc, it felt like Horikoshi was rushing, and now it feels like he's stalling for some fucking reason.
Yeah, did a complete 180 and it both sucks.
He's like, actually, I don't want to end it. Never mind, guys. Let's bring back Dabi. This is a good idea.
Yeah. Also, if Dabi comes back, you would hope that Endeavor would fight him, but Endeavor's fighting All for One.
Yeah.
So it's
So
like,
that
what
means
is-
you know what's
literally
gonna
what
happen?
happening?
Todoroki's gonna fight him again.
Right. Yeah,
I don't know.
All right.
Some
understand.
crazy shit would have to happen for me this to be safe for me.
This is some JoJo's Part 8 shit. Fucking want to die.
Go to character
Aiden.
though, Tim from the United States.
You said that just because
White
Aiden has his
Oval Office.
headphones on.
I did say that just because of that.
All right, do we want to talk about Peak now? Move on from
Yeah.
this, or
Yeah. I had my
Alright.
little rant and my little baby cry.
yeah?
You little binky.
This chapter fucking slapped. Oh
Yeah,
my
talk
god.
about
It wasn't the ass, but he is starting to transform back. The belly just.
It should have been his badonkadonk
It
ass.
should have
though.
been. It should have been.
I thought we. Yeah, no, that's right.
We
We
were
brought that
talking
up
about-
like last time. Like we were
Yeah.
thinking, like, oh, his ass gonna just like pop
He's gonna,
out.
like,
It's weird because it's like not his whole gut. It's just like half of like the side of his gut
Yeah,
shooting
yeah.
out. So it looks really funny. No, but this chapter was really cool.
This chapter was crazy because like we got like a really interesting backstory. Also a sick ass fight. We got to see Sakamoto do something. Obviously
Oh, wow.
I love the Shin show because Shin is my favorite fucking character. But to see Sakamoto again do some sick ass shit,
Dude,
that's what I was here for.
Whenever this inevitably, because it will get an anime, I cannot wait for this chase scene to get animated.
It's gonna be
Just
awesome.
like when he goes in the classroom, just like fucking calmly sits down.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
start fighting in the back.
I'll be observing the class. That shit was so funny.
Dude,
Yeah,
he's just like, this is all shit that happens every day at the assassin's class or whatever. It's ass class, guys. It's ass class.
Assassin history.
Yeah. I like how also none of them noticed. Like I would love for like a shot to be like really far out and then just see them fighting in the background while everyone's just paying attention in class.
Yeah.
Something
That'd be great.
Something
Like
that
that-
our talks with.
Go
Sorry,
ahead.
go.
No, you go.
No,
go,
yours
go.
is more important. Yours
No,
is
it's
more
not.
important.
It's
I
a
guarantee it.
stupid joke.
Someone
Okay.
just say something.
Oh, it's a stupid joke.
Yeah.
So we talk so much about we can't wait to see the anime for this. I think the anime actually has gigantic shoes to fill because like Sakamoto Days action is actually so fluent already
Yeah.
that like
It really is.
a lot of other series whenever you want to see more action like Jujutsu Kaisen, like the anime actually carries a lot because so much of the fights are just like someone doing one slash or talking
Yeah,
even.
yeah.
So like Sakamoto Days, it's already like really fluent action. So the anime kind of just Like the anime actually has to do better than something.
I just want to say it. I just want to say here, I don't want to see Mappa do Sakamoto Days.
I was literally about to make the joke. All right, let's start with that
Wit.
map. They're doing everything.
Team Wit.
I like Wit more. I like what Wit does more. Like I'm actually
What is Wit done?
Wit
I think
did
they
the
did
first.
Spy Family, didn't they?
Wit did Spy Family, and then they did the first season of Vinland Saga. But Mappa's doing the second season of Vinland Saga, which I'm very nervous about.
And they also did Ranking of Kings, and if you've seen the action in Ranking of Kings, it's actually fucking nuts.
It's crazy. And they also did like the first like 3 seasons of Attack on Titan. They've done a lot of good shit.
We'll talk about it. They're the rumored studio for Don Dororon, right?
They are. That was which
we'll talk about that later. But
yeah,
that's news.
But yeah, no, just a crazy chapter. Just to see that who Amane's father is, which is fucking badass. Yeah. Which is so cool.
We just got introduced to him, not but a few chapters ago.
So I'm really
interconnected.
I'm really curious to see how this is going to develop. So I think we're going to see like Shin, and then Seba and Akira go and try to go after the JCC, and then also maybe Sakamoto and Amane, and then maybe some others. Because he talked about going back to the store, and he's probably going to head back to the store, and he might take Amane with him. I don't know what's going to happen here, but I am interested. Very much. This is such an interesting setup constantly as well. This is another series like Super Smartphone that just does everything in one chapter. It is set up and execution in the same chapters constantly, which is fucking perfect.
Yeah. It's god tier.
It's so
Shonen.
Good. Yeah. Good action, great storytelling.
Great comedy.
Yeah.
Every aspect of
everything's great.
So
Sakamoto is like actually perfect. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, 2 of Aiden's bangers in a row.
Beautiful color.
Gorgeous.
Every time.
Yep.
I want
so
the
good.
Witch Watch color pages framed. I think they look so good.
Poster. No, this looks like a poster you would like frame. Yeah.
Yeah, like 100%.
I keep on thinking of like cheesy jokes. I was gonna say, what crime do you want it framed for? And that's the dumbest fucking joke in the world.
Alright, Trent,
you really could be an assistant on fucking
me and Roboco.
You know how like in the chapter of Witch Watch he credits his science expert.
Oh yeah.
You could be credited for Roboco jokes.
Alright.
Also, this was pretty cute. I
actually really like this chapter.
Good chapter. I think I like the setup more than like the actual like jokes within it.
Yeah.
Because like she makes the joke about like, oh, this is our kid's dream, being tiny and having like a bunch of food you can eat forever, and then it's not that good.
I thought it was
Moi's trying so hard to get through it.
Yeah.
Through the crossing. That shit's good.
Yeah. No, like. I love that where she's like, he explains the science of why they can't actually eat it, and she's like, stop, you're ruining my childhood dreams.
Yeah, exactly. I also love that Moi is just completely reserved to this. They're just sitting there, and she's like, oh, I can make a small, and he's just like, okay. he's just like, all right. I accept it. This is happening every fucking week of my life.
No, he goes, okay, I'll get shrunk along with you so we can eat donuts together. And she's like, does being her bodyguard mean you always get roped into this stuff? It's good. No, I just love the constant bit through this one.
It just made me want to eat donuts, man.
It did. It did
make me really hungry.
I have to go hit up that Krispy Kreme.
And then it's just like there's also like good comedy where it's like just make sure you don't fall into the bank. And then
immediately.
He clearly looks back and she's in the piggy bank. And she's sitting in there like crying like a kid. Yeah, no, it was cool. And then he like does fucking Shadow the Colossus and climbs up the girl and then yells into her ear.
The super detailed like threads.
Yeah. And then the fucking oh my god, what is it called? Is it Shikigami? I can't remember. Yeah, the Shikigami comes back.
Yeah.
And helps him, which was kind of hype.
He's flying.
Flies in, saves her, gets out.
Yeah, great callback to Key's favorite chapter.
Yeah.
Why is this guy a recurring character? This doesn't make any sense.
It's perfect. Nico has like a half magic friend that isn't Nemu. Where's Nemu though? I think they should have brought Nemu in.
Yeah, Nemu should be here.
Or due.
Soon. I feel like she's long overdue for an appearance.
Yeah, for sure.
But like, also, Witch Watch is really interesting because like, look at rankings for last week. It was all the way down to 15. It is 4.
It was really low last week.
It's just Witch Watch is like fucking crazy. I don't know. I have no fear with Witch Watch. It's like
I think it's
when it was in chapter
30.
30, I was like, there was definitely some like reservations where I'm like, this is not in a great spot. And then ever since, it's been perfect.
Yeah, Witch Watch didn't get axed when it was bad, so I don't think it's gonna get axed now.
Not when it's at its highest. Jump loves this shit. It just makes no sense, and it's so good. What do we got next? Fuck.
Jujutsu Kaisen. Your favorite, Aiden. Your favorite.
Yeah.
Actually, this was a really good chapter. This was actually a really.
It was a
good
cool chapter. I like the I like the katana.
I like the katana guys.
Yeah,
he's fun. He's fun.
I love that both of them ran across all of Japan earlier this year. Katana, and then running around yelling sumo. Like
also, the guy got told to go east, and he just assumed that meant right. And then he just
yeah. When he was looking around for a katana, pulls it out, and it's a Demon Slayer reference. It's just a katana that makes like the first form. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. Referencing other manga, I don't know. I have a weakness for it, man. That's why I like Roboco. I don't know. It's just a funny big chapter, you know. It kind of took us away from like all the action all the time and showed us these kind of sort of
weirdo characters.
Yeah, weirdos, but also badass.
Yeah.
Like, the guy,
he also.
like,
go ahead.
Nah.
He can't see the fucking cursed spirit, and he kills it anyways. Like that's crazy.
Is it dead? Is it really dead?
Or he sliced it. He fucking hit it and hit it good. He goes. Can I see it? You ask. No, but if I see everything else, then it's the same as if I'm seeing it. And he sliced it. It was crazy.
What's funny is before when Maki couldn't see the spirits, this just makes her seem like way weaker.
Yeah.
This guy's just goated.
He's got such a sick mustache. He looks like Mario's cousin.
I was gonna say he looks like a Mario. He's like the third Mario. He's like the Mario uncle.
Yeah, Uncle Mario.
Uncle Mario.
Those katanas. That was a pretty good chapter.
Also
Better than last week.
Also, the sumo guy has like a pseudo domain expansion to set down a sumo ring.
It's so good. These guys are
cool.
This is the goofy ass shit that Jujutsu Kaisen needed, and then they're gonna kill these chapters, and then it's gonna be the worst manga ever made.
I do hope Maki kind of learns from this guy and then becomes goated as well.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just like Maki, so.
Yeah, because Maki's. I guess this confirms that Maki still doesn't really have cursed energy.
Yeah.
Well, she does because she doesn't need glasses to see them. So
she at least hasn't like awakened any powers yet.
Right.
Yeah.
She hasn't awakened any. Like she's not much stronger.
Right.
I don't know. It's hard to tell. Schooling game's weird.
It is. But One Piece. You want to tell us where you're at, Trent?
I am in Punk Hazard. I am not enjoying it as much as the rest of the series. It's not bad. It's just Fishman felt like it didn't matter, but it was okay because it was showing where they were at after the time skip. But then now Punk Hazard doesn't feel like it matters, so it's just like two arcs in a row.
Punk Hazard is where I started to slow down things a bit. Yeah. I started like losing a little of interest.
Law's awesome. I fucking love Law. He's actually one of the reasons I started reading the series, so getting to see him do stuff is awesome. It's kind of funny. Like, I don't read One Piece for the comedy though, so I don't think anyone does. I think you're crazy if you read One Piece for the comedy, but yeah, I mean, Punk Hazard's cool. Akainu and Aokoji fighting, like the subtext behind Punk Hazard is really interesting, but the arc itself is
maybe one of the coolest islands, honestly. Just like
it is a really cool island. Yeah. I just don't care.
Yeah, that's fair. It's probably my least favorite New World arc, to be honest. So
okay, that makes me feel good because I feel like a Debbie Downer, but
yeah, no, I think you're not alone. Yeah, it's all right. All right,
but talk about good stuff and not Punk Hazard.
Well,
ooh, did I?
No,
wait.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, I completely forgot One Piece even happened this week because I read the scans.
Wait. Yeah,
I've been reading the scans sometimes too, but I actually didn't this week, so I was surprised. This is the best thing that could have happened, and it's very much in character. I did not want Buggy to become some kind of serious villain.
I didn't believe. There's no way that I believed that Buggy was going to be powerful. This guy is a goon, through and through.
He's a goober. He's just.
But Luffy, I'm very, very sorry.
Buggy's trending on Twitter because of this chapter.
This is the proper bounty chapter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get all the Straw Hats bounties. Chopper's still getting absolutely cucked.
Yeah.
This man cured a plague. And he has a bounty of 1,000 berries.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Poor fucking Frankie.
Oh yeah,
it's isn't even his face. It's the goddamn.
Sunny.
What is up with that? What is up with that? Why?
He's a shipwright. It's
He's a shipwright. But how are they supposed to know who he is if it's just a picture of the boat?
Oda's not really thinking with that merch mindset right now.
Yeah.
How you can't sell that Frankie bounty poster?
Yeah. That's actually so true. But everybody wants a bounty of the fucking 1,000 Sunny. I love the bit where two of Buggy's random people made the poster, and he's just like, "Why?" They're like, "Yeah, we already sent it out. We already distributed it. No worries, guys. No worries, boss."
Eyes are popping out of his head.
He's just like, "What the fuck, dude?"
Buggy's the character that invented the eyes and tongue popping out of the head joke.
Yeah,
he does it like 6 times in this chapter. It's crazy.
But going back to what you said, Key, I love that it really is Crocodile and Mihawk that are leading this. I mean, bro, Mihawk's bounties, what is it, 3.5 billion?
Yeah, it's higher than
That's
Luffy's,
crazy.
Which is insane.
They say like he has greater sword skill than.
It's not even that, dude. I'm pretty sure Buggy's is higher than Luffy's as well. Like
it is, yeah.
Oh, you're right. It is because he's being propped up as the leader of the Cross Guild.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
To me, man.
But yeah, no fucking. I love the panel where they're like standing over like their whole island and crew, and they're just like, Buggy's crying, and he's like, "Where's my life taking me?"
It's a goofy chapter. Everyone's just very funny, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone
excited to see more Mihawk
differently. Yeah, and Mihawk.
Yeah, I love seeing Mihawk in
so long.
I love seeing
Crocodile
Mihawk
too,
and Crocodile. Like they're fucking awesome, and them together, which is crazy. But a great day for Key. Fucking, it's me, Sabo.
Yeah, dude, he's my favorite character.
We're about to get the Sabo backstory.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Oh man, that means we're probably gonna see him next chapter, and I'm not ready. I wonder how he is. Is he fucked up? Is he good?
We got 2 weeks, so don't worry.
He's chilling with Vivi.
Wait, that's right. 2 weeks. He's on break.
Yeah. Chapter comes out the same day as Splatoon. So.
Oh man.
Sorry, One Piece. Gotta play Splatoon. Don't have 5 minutes to read you. No. Yeah, this is a good chapter though. It's more just follow up at the end of Wano.
Oh, for sure.
But I'm really excited to see what they do with the Cross Guild because it's obviously gonna be important.
Yeah, it'll be neat.
Yeah. I don't know. One Piece is always great. I feel like we don't need to talk a ton about it because everyone already knows it's awesome. It's really just leading into whatever's coming next.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna
what everyone's
set
been
the
up
stage
to
for kind of like the final arc.
Yeah. It's gonna be crazy seeing the Straw Hats land at a new island and just like restart the One Piece cycle. It feels like
it hasn't something that One Piece is like in its final arc, and we're actually out of Wano finally because we've been in it for so long. Doesn't feel real.
Crazy.
Now they're just out here goofing around on their boat again. All right.
Should we talk about Undead Unluck?
Undead Unluck.
That is crazy. I don't think we've ever talked about Undead Unluck this crazy or this late into the episode.
Never.
Yeah,
It's never happened because it's never been this time before.
Yeah, first and last time for it.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Well, yeah, it might be first on the color page when it ends. So.
Oh, true.
Yeah. I mean, it might be. You never know, because Jump likes to cock its ending series sometimes.
Black Clover for its entire series. Oh, well, that too.
Yeah. I have.
Black Clover really is the modern Bleach.
It is totally. Okay. So, Undead Unluck, it's obviously here because of like the anime announcement. That's why it's getting its color page to begin with. But in terms of the chapter itself, it was just a very Andy focused chapter. Main character,
Andy.
right? It's all Andy. but it takes it from a perspective where it almost kind of makes Andy more of a tragic character, right? From the very beginning of Undead Unluck, Bo, you know this, that he's just wanted to die. Like, that's his whole deal. He's undead. He just wants to die. That's it.
Yeah.
Right? After hearing about all the stuff, like with his alternate personality and why he is the way he was created from the card, remember, that's been stuck inside of his head. That's how he was made, just because he got that card shoved in his mind. That's how he developed the alternate personality. Up until this point, he just had only had one memory from the start of his life, and that was how he came out of a grave, which was a really fucking cool shot, because that just kind of like plays into the whole zombie thing, just of him like reaching a hand out, pulling himself out. I thought that was
some George Romero
cool.
shit.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know, he's just like been living his whole life very lonely, like, because he's immortal, and he gets to like go through all these times of like losing friends that he keeps making as time goes on, as he sees them grow old and die, and he's just living it all out. I always kind of like that character trope whenever that happens, just the immortal one character, and then seeing all these people that he cares about just leave one by one.
A little morbid, but yeah. I hear you.
I like that character trope, man. It's cool. I like tragic characters. They're interesting to me. A lot better than just like characters that are always fucking happy all the time.
Yeah, fuck Luffy.
Well, Luffy has.
Well, actually, that's crazy for me to see after reading the Summit War.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Undead Unluck's just, the last two chapters have been awesome. Absolutely awesome.
Yeah. I will say I'm also reading it again. I started from scratch because I thought I had gotten further. I think at some point I said I was like on chapter 45 or something. I don't know where I got that. I was on like chapter 26. They Chikara just joined the group, the 11th seat. It's good. I like it. It's just solid.
You liking it better than Yozakura?
I do like it better than Yozakura.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm excited to read more, but I think I am just gonna blitz through Yozakura real quick and then probably swap back to Undead. But it's a solid read. I think Aiden and Trent should not be dreading it so much. Embrace it. Embrace the chaos.
Over the course of the podcast, I was like, maybe I was too harsh. I do remember when Undead Unluck came out, and I read the first 3 chapters as they came out, and I did not care for it. But maybe I was a little too harsh. I was also way harsher back then because I don't know. I thought My Hero was the best thing ever, I guess. So
and yeah, now you like Yozakura.
For you.
now I like Yozakura.
You've changed.
Yeah.
Now I like worse shit.
I don't know, man. Undead Unluck, like, there are times where even I kind of doubt it in its quality, because it kind of drags its feet a little bit. But the art is always really consistent. The plot has a motive and it has a direction, so it keeps heading in that direction. And it's just kind of had this duo of characters. I'm not super attached to all the other side characters, but Andy and Fuko, they're like the most iconic duo that I can think of in Jump, like right at this moment, like working in a pair, right? They're inseparable, they're great, and I love them so much, and I don't want the series to end too soon now, because it's just that good. It's good manga. Anyways, do we want to talk about news?
Yeah, look, there's a lot of news.
I suppose so.
I mean, off the dome, obviously, Undead Unluck is now announced.
We've been talking about this for 2 months.
Officially, this is the first time it's officially been
I know.
announced. Rumors have been stirring. Rumors have been stirring. But next up in the rumor mill is Yozakura alongside which we don't know. We've heard a little bit. We don't know. We'll see. Give that some time. And as well as Dondodon, which I have more like reservations with that getting an announcement.
How long is Dondodon right now?
It's like 70 chapters.
70.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which like
And they're longer chapters, right?
It started off.
No.
I can't remember. No, I think
It started off longer, maybe.
Yeah. And then-
Right now it's weekly.
Yeah, it's weekly.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it is actually just
I didn't know
70
that.
chapters. All great though. I do when it gets an anime, it'll be a 10 out of 10. And if it's done by Whip, that'd be fucking perfect.
If it's done by Wit, I would love that.
Yeah,
That's my first series after these last few Jump
Yeah.
things,
It's,
I think.
it's
Yeah.
amazing. So to see it get an anime and hopefully get an anime, it will. It's just that good. Like it is genuinely that good. There's no way that it doesn't. So it's just a matter of time for Danadon.
It's like Sakamoto, where it's just like waiting.
It's just impeccable from chapter 1 to every other chapter. It's been a 10 out of 10. Yeah, so assumably so. We get an anime for that.
Yeah.
And then obviously now with, I think a big one being now that Doron is over, we have open spots for new series. We're set to get 2 new series.
Dai Tokyo Oni Yomiden.
The Legend of the Greatest the Legend of the Greater Tokyo's Demon's Bride, which I just read the one shot too.
I did too, man.
I read the one shot over the course of this episode, and I really liked it. Actually, I thought it was really funny. And
it has potential for sure.
Yeah.
I was
Rui Dragon, but with the temper, bro.
It is. Also, I think it's more like comedic than Rui Dragon.
A little bit, yeah.
I love the side sisters, which really sold it for me.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
it's the joke with the fish legs, and then she says, "Oh, don't worry, the fish doesn't have any conscience," and then it says, "Kill me." I was fucking dying laughing at that shit.
Yeah, I mean, this obviously we're talking about the one shot. We don't know how the serialized version will be next week when we get the first chapter.
Yeah.
I think if it positions itself as a romantic comedy manga with some battle stuff, that's just a good place to be. Because if the rom-com stuff doesn't work out, you can try to be a battle manga, and then or vice versa. So. I'm curious to see how it does. I'm just do a little bit of both. Every time I see a new Demon Ant manga announced, though, I'm gonna be a little annoyed at this point.
The thing is, I like the kind of like yokai, kind of like Oni demon type shit. I think that's all really cool. That's why I was into Ayashimon, because I like the ghost demon stuff designs, and they look very similar to the ones in Ayashimon. I kind of see what you were saying when you read it, Bo. But it kind of has that same vibe, and maybe that's why I'm liking it. The protagonist so far is like kind of bland, but I mean, we're just the Oni girl anyways.
I actually made a video on Shonen Soup, and that was like my main takeaway. They need to change the main protagonist. That is
I agree.
the one really bad thing about the series. He's just a dumb guy.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't want to marry the cute demon girl. Like, bro, what the fuck? You do want to marry the cute demon girl.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to marry the cute demon girl.
I am very excited to see how the one shot differs from the
first chapter. Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be neat.
We had the title for the other series, right? Didn't we?
We do. Where was it? I'm looking.
I'm trying to find it again. That's what I was looking for.
Well, while you look for that, I do want to say about Dai Tokyo Oni Yomiden, or whatever they end up calling it in the translation.
Yeah.
My reservations about it being demons aside, I did some research on Nakama Tadaichi, the mangaka. Everything this person's made, he's only done a couple other one-shots, including the one-shot for this. It's all horror stuff, so it feels like he actually wants to make this. As opposed to, I feel like some other series, it just kind of feels like they're trying to ride the hype a little bit. This is the stuff this person makes, simply put. So if he really wants to make this, then also, I'll remain optimistic.
One thing I did forget is that the tiny demon girl gets in a fight, and she says, hold on, it's a long chapter, I gotta get through it. She does say, I fucking missed it. I hate this. She calls like a frog demon like a stupid crazy bitch or something, which is just insane. There's also the art for that panel is crazy. Like her horns turn into like more like evil demon horns, and then it's just fucking the art goes crazy. I do like the art does like really impress me in this series.
I think my favorite part is when the frog demon girl just starts like running away like wah, and she fucking kicks her in the butt. Like, get out of here. Did you guys pick up on that? No?
I did. I love that part.
Did you find it, Aiden? Because I have the tweet.
No.
It's called Ginka to Ryuna by Watanabe Shinpei.
Okay.
We don't know anything about it.
No.
And I'm sure that name will be completely different, so we'll see. But
no, I'm excited to see these new series. It's always fun to do new series, so
yeah.
It's really making me sad about Redragon though.
Yeah,
I want it back. It feels like it didn't even have a chance, dude.
But if it came back now,
no, I think the hype for
wouldn't they be like competing with each other?
I think they're different enough.
No, it's different. Very different enough. This protagonist kind of looks similar, but
yeah, they're very similar. That's what I'm saying. Like,
but very different manga at the same time.
Yeah.
I think Ruri is like 10 times better. Like, and Ruri,
I do think Ruri is better, like for sure.
Like by a long shot.
I have a weakness for battle manga, man. I don't know. I can't say that with full confidence.
But yeah, no, Ruri is definitely better, and it also has more hype to it. So I think Ruri, if it comes back and if it decides to come back, it will be given that like red carpet treatment. Like it definitely will.
I'm excited to
clearly
see.
Can see the hype for it.
I'm excited to see if it doesn't come back before Volume 1 comes out. I think in October.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited to see how well that volume does.
Yeah, I
because
like.
There seems to be a lot of hype for it still.
Like I think it was like one of the most viewed chapters on the Jump app in like within
which is crazy.
24 hours. So it's got a lot of good reception, and the first 6 chapters received really high reception as well. So
yeah,
I think we'll.
Jumping back to the anime thing, I wanted to say this real quick and just ask. Obviously, doing this podcast, I'm much more in tune with manga and anime than I ever was before. Are we like at an unprecedented amount of anime announcements? I feel like every week there's like a major, specifically a Jump series getting announced to have an anime.
Mm-hmm.
Almost the entire magazine has an anime. Is this normal every summer?
I don't.
No,
I don't know.
This shit feels weird.
So. It's crazy. Like we're
because like, and we know Sakamoto's getting, and we know Blue Box is gonna get it.
Yeah.
Witchwatch will probably get one next year,
yeah.
And all those will be next year, sure. But like,
and Elusive Samurai as well. Like we're gonna see the
right. Everything in the magazine's gonna have an anime. That's kind of crazy. I feel like that's not normal.
We're gonna be having Manga Panel Podcast Anime Edition.
Yeah.
It's like, but it's crazy because like, obviously, I think the hype from anime manga is getting higher, but it's also like I think Jump is just good. Like I just think Jump is like.
I think Jump
really,
is actually
really fucking good right now. Like,
which is funny because like I think
everybody's complaining
that
Jump has.
You see stuff all over the place where they're like, man, once My Hero ends, I don't know what Jump's going to do. It's like it's going to be fine because everything's goated. Yeah. Because My Hero sucks. My Hero's like literally the worst thing in the magazine right now.
Damn.
Yeah, worse than Roboco. Let's go.
Like, there's just so much in the magazine right now that is really, really good.
Yeah.
It's like we were constantly talking about like Super Smartphone doesn't have a spot to take because everything is good. We don't want to see anything go. So it's like, damn, like we're in an interesting spot, which I'm very excited to see for the future of Jump. Especially obviously 2 new series coming up the bat, which will probably get canceled in a week. But
I think Dai Tokyo Oniyomiden could potentially do good just because cute.
I want it to do good. I really do.
But obviously, it's way too early to say anything.
Yeah, obviously. First chapter will give us the stakes, and then the preceding chapters will really, really tell us what it's going to be like. But I'm always excited to read new stuff.
Dai Tokyo Oniyomiden being good is what will secure Aliens Area getting canceled next. I think that's the way to be.
Maybe
even Super Smartphone too.
Don't talk about that.
Don't go there.
Get out of here.
We'll see.
Don't hit us with reality.
Sorry.
Well, is there any other news we need to talk about, or should we?
I think there's a lot. I feel like there's a lot more news than most weeks. I can't think.
Just all the anime announcements.
I do want to rescind something where I was like, she says bitch, or in the manga she says you fucking bitch, and I realized that that's maybe a little too harsh for WSJ.
Yeah, I think
this is a translation.
What just a translator.
And I remember being like 10 reading Naruto chapters online, and it was when like he meets his dad or whatever, and he's just like, you motherfucker, and I was just like, Naruto can swear? When I was 10-year-old on my mom's computer, like, what's going on here?
Like Dragon Ball subs too, like old Dragon Ball subs. It's just like, you son of a bitch, you.
Remember when we watched Haruhi Suzumiya and she the subs would make her use the R word.
Yeah, and we were watching Haruhi Suzumiya, and she says, "What are you effing retarded?" Oh, sorry, but
it's okay, you were quoting.
Man, you guys should watch Ghost Stories if you really like that. I mean, that just sounds like some Ghost Story shit.
Yeah. But
yeah, let's
wrap this up.
Yeah,
I think we're done.
I think we're good.
All right. Well, of course, you can follow all of our socials and our channels. Not Trent, because he doesn't have a channel, in the description down below. Trent needs to get on the.
He's gonna make one. He's gonna make one so he can shit on JoJolian. This has been a thing.
Yeah,
it's the only video.
There's a chance that I might make a YouTube channel to shit on JoJolian.
That's just one video.
Yeah. Do it.
Yeah.
The thing is, he won't have any good production because I don't know how to edit and I don't have a camera.
That's fine.
I'll help you. We'll make it like the best video ever.
We'll make this happen.
Yeah.
It's the highest production value ever.
Gonna edit my video and just be like mauling. Like he's just gonna be sitting.
I'll edit it with bias.
Yeah. Edit it to be the worst.
So the video makes you look stupid as fuck.
You just like edit his words around and just completely change it.
I am a big dumb idiot.
Yeah. But with that said, follow us, follow our Twitters, follow our YouTube channel, and join the Discord. Like Aiden said at the top of the podcast, join the Discord. Come talk to us about manga. Please, I beg you. We want you in there. We want you in there. And you can never leave once you join.
Yeah, you cannot. You're not welcome to leave. You have to talk about Jump forever.
Yeah, for sure. But I think that's going to do it, guys. Thank you all so much for watching this episode of the Manga Panel Podcast. We will see you next week for issue 40. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.